Ladies and gentlemen, now today I wanted to share my speed farming strategy for this demonic looking reindeer Christmas soldier thing, also known as Demon Soldier Malek. So the team that I've been running, and there are also a lot of alternatives to this one as well, and we're going to cover some of them, is Escanor, Derriere, Lostvayne, and on the right hand side is Blue Fraudrin. Now the ordering of this team is very important. Escanor is phase 1 ult nuker, Derriere is phase 2 ult nuker, and Lostvayne for the finish. And we need Fraudrin right hand side, because when Fraudrin dies, we go from 8 possible cards in hand to 6. So in order for this to consistently work on a 3-turn KO, you need to, on your second turn, draw 1 additional Fraudrin card, because then it guarantees that he dies and you top deck Escanor's ult. And then after that, yeah, use Escanor's ult to push. Next turn, Derriere ult, Lostvayne ult. So yeah, it's quite a simple strategy. But if first turn you want to go for both of the Escanor cards, Derriere swipe, and also the Lostvayne cleave, you want to keep the Lostvayne single target in hand, and also Derriere's buff card in hand. Because it's very likely that he's going to upgrade Lostvayne single target once at least, maybe twice on the first turn. Again, there are alternatives to Lostvayne and Escanor, and here, because we've got, what is it now, 4 Fraudrin cards in hand, we should draw, I believe, the ults for Escanor and Derriere, but this turn we only need Escanor's ult, so we're pretty chilling here. So this turn, your plan is to... Oh, dude, we got double crit as well on Meliodas, so that's perfect. So this turn, you don't want to use Derriere's ult. You want to go for Escanor's ult, Derriere buff, Escanor card. And again, there are alternatives to Escanor as well, such as SR Aaron. And if you're lacking a little bit of damage, you could have alternately gone for Meliodas' single target card there as well. But now we've got Derriere's buff in hand. And again, I'm a bit of a blubbery whale on my main account, so if you do have lesser gear and ult levels, one thing that you may want to consider is doing this on a bit of a lower difficulty, because this is hell, this is the hardest version. But Derriere easily takes out the first life, then he revives for 50%, and Lostvayne Meliodas can easily finish up there. But yeah, my Lostvayne is 6-6, so there are alternate options that I want to go through as well, because I know a lot of you are probably looking at that thinking, like, I don't have a 6-6 Escanor or a 6-6 Lostvayne Meliodas. So I've put in SR Aaron and also Lizhawk, and I don't have UR gear for either one of them. So yeah, that's why my CC is a little bit lower here. But also, I wasn't using attack food in the first run, so I think we switched to that. And also, I think I'm actually going to chuck like a little bit of gear on Fraudrin, just to... you know, bring his CC up a little bit, man, because, again, I'm a bit lacking here in comparison. So, yeah, I think we'll just chuck on, oh, God, the health that's going to be a bit too much, isn't it? So, yeah, let's give Sync a bit mid-range, but, like, just enough to give him, like, reasonable CC here. Yeah, that should be good, man. So, again, you can play around with the Fraudrin a bit. Again, he doesn't technically need to die first turn. You can still have, if you do have lesser gear and lesser stats to play around with, he can die on the second turn. But I think about this range, probably should end up dying first turn here. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So we're going to use Aaron's ult to nuke the first phase. So I think let's get rid of this card because we want to buff up. Let's also then swipe in with Derriere. Actually, do we want to use the Derriere cards yet? I don't think we need to use them. So yeah, let's buff. Go for that. And then both of the Lizhawk cards. Save on to Derry's cards if we can. Nice. Yeah, SR Aaron, if you've been around long enough from the AOT collab, he's so useful for all sorts of bits and bobs. But yeah, we're going to draw like all 3 ults here, I believe. Yeah, because we've got 3 Fraudrin cards. If Fraudrin dies, that is. If not, we got another turn to wait out, but we can just like taunt up on him. I think he's going to die from this cleave here. Is there a second cleave? I don't think there is. Again, it's not the worst thing in the world if he doesn't die first turn. So I think let's go for this card, this card. And I think I'm just going to pass. Do I want to pass? Yeah, I think so. There's no point using the Fraudrin cards, really. And I want to save Dairy's buff card. So yeah, I think what I should have done, slight misplay there, looking at this one. I should have saved Aaron's buff and probably used Dairy swipe first turn. I think we're still in a really good scenario, even without his buff to one-shot here. But let's test it out. So let's go for Aaron's ult, and then these two cards. And let's, sorry, this card, and let's buff up on Dairy. It should be enough here. Yeah, man, that's a nice little bit. Even with, like, way too much Fraudrin draw there, works quite nicely for a full turn KO. And Liz Hawk's ult, the SR version, does hit really hard, man. It's got a great multiplier on it. Oh, and we've also got Dairy swipe to finish as well, because we haven't needed to follow up after a Lost Vein. But it should hit, I think, maybe a little bit harder than Lost Vein single target here. So yeah, he revives up 50%. Okay, not quite. 151. Again, she's not super awakened as well. So that's just something to take into consideration there. But yeah, overall, that worked out pretty well. Again, if you do have less gear and resources, you might want to try this tactic on like an easier version. We are trying to speed farm the hell difficulty here. We're slightly more budget teams. But also, I want to show you one final way of doing it, because I know some people are going to be like, I don't have Fraudrin, so we're going to switch out Fraudrin for Merlin. Now, just to show you a bit of a different strategy that doesn't involve Fraudrin. So we got Merlin here, we got ult food in this one. I think best case scenario is like a 4-turn KO. I think it can fairly reliably produce a 4-turn KO. Maybe if you're really, really lucky, you might just be able to get 3-turn KO if you have some crazy gear here. But I'll play it in a matter that I had lesser gear and was going for a 4-turn consistent KO with this one. So yeah, I think we don't want any ults initially, so let's just go for the swipe here, kind of build up ult gauge on everybody, prepping for the next turn. And then next turn we want to have Aaron's ult. He's going to be my phase 1 nuker. Then Dairy one-shots phase 2, and Escanor cleans up. That's kind of what we're going for here. Okay, we got no Escanor cards. Not a problem right now, though. Got lots of Merlin cards, man. The draw has been actually quite bad here. Because, yeah, Merlin cards are the cards that we're not really that fussed about. So let's go for buff up on Aaron. We're going to swipe in and then go for Dairy. And then I think I'm just going to chuck a Merlin shield up. I think I'm actually just going to go for the merger here on Merlin. I don't think it really mattered too much which play I went for. So next turn, we want one Escanor card, please. If not, we still got a backup play with Merlin's ult. But yeah, next turn is... well, actually, we're going to draw a lot of cards. So next turn, we want to ult on Aaron. Buff up on Dairy, ready for the next turn, and then the shield's going to last 2 turns. So yeah, we actually get additional damage output from Dairy's ult because of that. So yeah, that's not bad. And then go for an Escanor card as well, get him to ult. And then we've got all of the ults. Again, this strategy will cost you one ult gauge food. But again, it seems super reliable. Again, we didn't have like any lucky draw there. We kind of overdrew quite drastically when it came to the Merlin card. So again, we got the buffs on Dairy from the previous turn. If we go for her ult, Escanor's ult, Merlin's ult, and because we got Merlin alive as well, haven't killed Fraudrin, we've also got like an additional card so you can Dairy swipe him. So yeah, that one is super consistent, man. That is just tons of overkill as well. So again, if you're looking for something a little bit different, maybe a little bit safer if you do have lower gear levels and maybe didn't have the CC to pass 170,000 with Fraudrin on the team. Again, that could be one that works out quite well for you. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to show you a few different options for speed farming this boss, because again, he can be a little bit annoying, a little bit of a pain to deal with. So yeah, hopefully you'd enjoyed today's video and found it somewhat informative. So if you did, please do smash that like button. That'd be greatly appreciated. Aside from that, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.